complexes, well, the complex is an idea that a lot of us already kind of know about, right? We say somebody has an inferiority complex, or they have a superiority complex, or they have a narcissistic personality complex. They have maybe a father complex or a mother complex, right? But what do we mean when we say complex? Well, it's like some part of you um, experiences a kind of troublesome encounter, usually in childhood. And that part of you that experienced this troubling encounter kind of splits off from your total personality and kind of stands to one side. And then often what will happen is that your total self and this split off personality, this split off part of you, experiences that sort of disturbing encounter again, and sometimes again and again. And then this particular split off side gets like reinforced and strengthened, and the conviction of its sort of being gets stronger. It feels justified in being who and what it is, split off. And so it kind of gathers its own power and its own energy and becomes what Jung called a splinter psyche. So this is the process by which a kind of a childhood self splits off into all these different complexes, and each complex kind of has its own reason for being, and it gets activated. I think the word nowadays people use is triggered into coming forth. And usually what happens is that we have tons of complexes, big ones, little ones, and they get activated in different ways. And when they do, they can kind of take over your consciousness completely. And you can be living your life through the lens of the complex and be completely clueless about it. And so this is where you have situations where people suddenly act really strangely, or some side of them comes up that you've never seen before, or every time you go to a specific place, that side of them comes up. And so we become habituated to living our lives through the kind of befuddling effects of these different complexes. Our complexes usually gamble about in our dreams, and it's really fascinating to see them in action. I'll give you an example. A couple of months ago, I had a dream that I was in this sort of flying contraption, and with my mother, and we were flying over the Caspian Sea together, but she was driving this flying contraption. And the Caspian Sea was all sludgy and yucky, and I was like feeling dubious about her ability to fly this thing adequately. And sure enough, we crashed and fell into the yucky waters. And so, I woke up in the morning and I thought, oh, wow, the classical kind of Jungian explanation there is that I was I was inflated by a mother complex, or a mother complex was driving an inflation, in this case, a dangerous one because it totally crashed. So I knew what it was about, but it could be like that, like in a dream, a symbolic image will come forth to explain to you that, hey, you're kind of in this shaky relationship right now with one of your complexes, which has been triggered. So it's kind of fun to explore our dreams in that way, and that's one of the things we'll be doing in this course.